You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show.
Hola, Married to Jonas fans. I can't even keep a straight face. Bing is her doing, and tonight we are doing the Married to Jonas After Show. I'm Cathy Kelley, and tonight's episode is called Los Jonas Hermanos Season 2. I love that title. I can't even. I love that title. Joining me tonight is my lovely co-host, Danica Kennedy.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good, good. Los Jonas Hermanos.
I love it.
I don't know why. Like, that title just gets me.
We should just call them Jonas Hermanos now.
Jonas
Instead of the
Hermanos.
Jonas Brothers. Just call them that.
I mean, they have so many fans in South America.
I'm still surprised how intense they are there.
Yeah.
Because there's clips in this episode where they're just like standing on a balcony, like floors up above the ground, and there's just so many fans on the ground just like going crazy and screaming and stuff. That's intense. I'd be nervous.
I wonder why it's like that down there.
I have no idea.
Crazy.
They're like, they're hermanos.
Yo quiero un hermano. I
I never took Spanish. I'm not going to be good at this.
I don't know what else I can say in Spanish.
I know all the important words like margarita, burrito, tequila. The basics.
Tienes mi corazón.
I don't even know
You
what that
have
means.
my heart.
Maria.
Soy embarazada. I'm pregnant.
Yeah, all the important things you need to know.
We did what are they called? Soap operas in Spanish class in high school. So
you know how to say really
my character
dramatic
was
things.
pregnant. Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah.
High school education,
fun.
right?
Yep. Public school. So we start off the episode tonight with the boys. They're a little bit sleepy. They didn't go to bed until 5 a.m. and had to be up the next morning at 8 a.m. to get on their van to go to the next show.
I feel like it must be like that all the time for performers, though.
It is, and that's
especially in a different country where they stay up later and stuff. Here they wouldn't be out that late, but they'd be out late.
I mean, it's because
probably.
their shows don't start until 2 a.m. That's intense.
Yeah, they were taking like Red Bulls and trying to keep up so late. The previous episode, we saw that.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the common misconceptions of being in the industry. Everyone always assumes that, you know, people who are famous, they only work 2 hours a week. And while there are a couple people who do that,
More like
most of
80.
most of them work, 80 to 100 hours a week. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you never realize how much people put in, like all those huge celebrities, actors, singers. You think, oh, they just have their pictures taken for all these magazines and stuff. And it's like, oh, they actually have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to the shoot and like all these fittings. And it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Everything that goes into it.
It is a lot of work. So they're all sleeping in the van, life of a rock star, on the road. And they are headed to Santiago, Chile.
I would love to go on tour like that, just like do a trip like that and
Road
go
trip.
out and have fun. It just looks like such an amazing time there.
I mean, you're getting paid to go on a road trip with your brothers and friends.
Traveling the world and everyone you see is absolutely in love with you. Must be nice.
Yes. So the boys, there's a ladies' night at the bar, and the boys want to have a guys' night out since Dani hasn't made it there yet.
And they were not as panicky about that in this episode as the one before.
Well, because, I mean, Kevin understood that she was going to make the next flight. I think that was a little bit, I don't know, like, I felt like the drama was emphasized because it was a reality show. He was probably a little bit bummed, but he understood.
Yeah.
Bad weather.
That always happens.
Yeah. Especially when it was like 21 hours in transit to get there, so.
And as we predicted, she made it fine in the end.
She did make it fine. So the guys decide to have a bros night out, and they're gonna pick up some ladies.
Their wives they've been hunting for.
There's only one problem. There are no ladies.
Fail.
One minor problem. But before they go downstairs, they do a little practicing on how to pick up girls. And Joe makes some drinks. They get a little happy. And Kevin says he is the best wingman. Because he's married, he can just say, you know, I'm married, but let me introduce you to my brother-in-law. Or let me introduce you to my brother.
It sounds like a good plan, but did that really
The guys, I mean, the
work?
guys didn't believe him. They didn't have the opportunity to see it in action, but there was a little role playing, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Me too.
Not just because it was hilarious, but Joe played the girl, which was fitting because he was wearing very tight jeans. They all had
As
those
usual.
they all had like Cosmos or something. But Kevin walks over and he's like, so meet my brother-in-law. And the acting was just hilarious. I can't even describe it any other way.
I wish there were girls out that they got footage of them like trying to hit on them
Yeah.
and stuff just to see what happens. But I mean, if they just walk up to girls, it's like they're such big celebrities. They don't even need
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
wingman
say,
anyways.
do they
But
even
it would
need
be
that?
funny to watch.
Yeah.
They should do it in future episodes, I'm saying. Another
Yeah.
night out.
Yeah. So they go out. There's no girls there. It's a sausage fest, as Kevin says. And it kind of reminded me of Sex in the City, like the 4 single ladies out on the town.
Just the boys,
They're
though.
sipping fruity drinks, and I don't know. Kevin is Charlotte.
Yeah, I was going to say, which one's which? Who's
I don't
Carrie?
know. I don't know.
And who's Samantha, most importantly? Which one of those guys?
Oh my gosh. Who do you think?
Joe. He could be the Samantha. I don't know.
Are you calling Joe a slut?
No.
But yes, it reminded me of Sex in the City. The next morning, Dani arrives, just like we predicted. She made it there perfectly safe.
2
and
whole
sound.
weeks apart.
Yeah.
They
And
missed each other so much.
she just got off a plane. Her hair is perfect.
I know. Her hair's always perfect.
I'm so jealous. That would not happen to me.
I feel like she always looks really good. Even when she's nervous about people judging her and looking at her, I'm like, what? Her skin and her hair is always looking fabulous to me.
Yeah. I wonder if one of the reasons why she got more confident this season is because she saw how good she looked last season.
Probably.
Yeah.
Got
But
some good reactions from fans, maybe, too.
exactly. And there's so many people who like gave her the confidence boost that she needed on Twitter and saying she was amazing and whatever else. So
And now look at her, looking fabulous all the time.
exactly. So Dani and Kevin are reunited at last. They're awfully cute together. And while they are seeing each other for the first time, there are fans below on the balcony kind of witnessing their kisses and stuff.
They were showing off for them, I feel like. They're
Yeah.
kissing a little bit. She was still like, I'm nervous about it.
That's so weird, though. I mean, like, they were getting the same reception as, you know, the prince and, like, I don't know, or the
That's like
royal
PDA
family.
to a whole
Yeah.
new level now.
Yeah.
Very public.
Seemed kind of weird, but
That's just how it is down there, I guess. Huge fan base for them.
If they have that fan base here, it just seems different.
Yeah. It's the way they handle it, too.
Yeah. So Danielle, she's a little bit worried about her and Kevin and what is to come of their future since he's so busy and now she's getting busy, so she can't follow him around all the time. She ends up talking to Fee, the Jonas Brothers, Los Jonas Hermanos tour manager. I had to throw that in there again. And she says that in relationships, especially couples in the industry, when both people are working, it's hard to find time for each other. She doesn't want to lose what they have, and she's really worried that that might happen, especially since she just came off of, not seeing him for 2 weeks.
I feel like that's a big problem with a lot of celebrity relationships. They're so busy all the time, but you always have to find time and make time for family and the people you love. So even if she keeps doing things for Cosmo and all her own stuff, I feel like they should be able to spend a good amount of time together.
Yeah.
It's just when he's on tour that makes it hard because he's jumping around all over the place compared to when he's normally just at home.
And if they just did more U.S. tours, she could just hop on a flight and be there in a couple hours.
Yeah, that'd be way easier.
But alas. So Dani, she just got here. She's already talking about going back to the States because she has her photo shoot coming up.
And it looks like from the preview for next week that we're going to see what happens for that photo shoot. I really want to see the article that came out with it too.
There's a lot of planning that went into this article, so I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I wonder if it already came out. I don't subscribe to that magazine.
I don't think
or
it
anything,
did.
But
I want to say it didn't yet, but maybe I'll look it up later.
well, I'll go get it when it does come out.
Pick up a copy.
That'd be such a fun thing to do, though. It's like, if you're getting opportunities like that to work, you have to take it because that's so much fun. You're getting yourself out there, and it's totally her own thing now.
Yeah. And she should be
That's what she
proud of it.
wanted.
Yeah. So before we go further into tonight's episode, I have to say, if you are watching us on AfterBuzzTV.com or watching us on YouTube, then please take 2 seconds and go over to our iTunes page, type in AfterBuzz TV. You can find our Married to Jonas podcast along with all the other shows that we do here at AfterBuzz. We do about 50 to 60 shows a week, so if you're a fan of anything, and I mean anything on TV, we probably have an after show for it. So just go over there, click subscribe on our Married to Jonas after show. Then if you could take 2 seconds to rate and comment, we would love you forever. So
We would.
yeah, 5 stars.
We love 5 stars.
I like your song.
Cinco?
Yeah, Cinco Staros.
Stars. Is that the correct word?
I took I took Spanish from first grade until high school, and I can't speak a lick of it.
You just know how to count and say like
Bad.
ABCs. And that's
I know
pretty much
some
it.
swear words. I don't know. Some random things like I'm pregnant.
So just in case you get really mad at someone
Yeah.
or you get pregnant, you could tell them in Spanish.
Yes. Could make for some awkward conversations.
Yeah, you just combine those two. You can make a sentence.
What is it? Tienes muchas cervezas en mi estómago. No, I don't know.
I have no idea.
That means that was really botched, but it was I have many beers in my stomach.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is it true?
No.
No.
I have about 2 sips of water in my stomach right now. So the Jonas Brothers ended up doing a meet and greet for their fans. They got to meet a ton of the people who came out to their South American shows. And I always love when bands do this because it shows that they really do, want to take time out of their day to meet their fans.
care.
Yeah. And that, honestly, that makes someone's life. Like, I remember when I was younger and, meeting, bands that you were such a fan of. That's something that you remember forever.
Also for them, they should be doing things like that because that's the reason their whole entire career is because of their fans. They have such a great fan following.
Isn't that everyone's career, though, in the industry? It's
Yeah,
whether you
it
have fans
is.
or not, so you better be nice to them.
Yeah, that's what I always think whenever I hear celebrities being mean to fans or, you know, just like, I understand if people are attacking you and you just want some time to yourself, but when people are rude to, you know, kids and stuff, it's like, they're the reason you are getting paid so much, basically.
Yeah.
So,
And those are usually the people that aren't famous for very long.
yes.
So, at the concert, in their green room, is a fire pit and a jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi.
I loved the way that Kevin phrased, there are a lot of specimen.
I was like, oh, specimen in the jacuzzi?
Sure. Yeah.
Great word.
In other words, don't go in the jacuzzi, ever.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun romantic idea maybe, but nope, not for a
No.
green room that many other people have used.
Yeah. So, getting into the concert, a lot of tonight's episode was focused on Mike being a little bit scared of performing in front of this many people.
He had to get some advice from Joe.
Advice from Joe,
And-
advice from Dani, advice from everyone. But I hear this so much that even the biggest names in the industry are nervous every time before they go on stage.
I've heard that Ryan Seacrest still gets nervous sometimes. I'm
If-
like, what?
Wait,
He's
Ryan
been-
Seacrest gets nervous?
Yeah, I was listening on Kiss FM, and he says sometimes when he's on stage in front of tons and tons of people, he gets a little bit nervous, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because he's been in front of a lot of people
I
talking
know.
and cameras and everything.
Yeah.
But I'd be nervous too. But that's part of
To
the
get in
fun. It's
front.
the adrenaline rush.
It is an adrenaline rush, and then once you do it and you realize that it goes well, it's that much better. Like, it's that much greater of a reward.
I feel like it's scary because if you mess up, there's so many people that witness. So that's
yeah,
the
there
reason
are
why
thousands
it's
and
like,
thousands of people watching you. I
so
mean,
just don't mess up.
yeah. He
The
was
greatest
even-
performers will tell you that when you aren't nervous anymore, you should stop.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. It makes sense.
He said he was even a little nervous when he came in to do the interview at AFTERBUZZ.
He didn't seem like it though in the interview.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem like it in the footage on stage. So even if you're feeling nervous, it's good if
It
you
doesn't
can
always
mask
show
it.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to know what instrument Joe was playing during that scene. Did you notice, like, before,
trying to
like,
think. What
when
was
Mikey was
he-
talking about getting nervous, and then there was that, it was a blue
Oh,
thing where...
It was like a mini toy keytar thing, right?
Is it a keytar?
That's what I thought
couldn't
it
tell
was.
what it was.
Because he was putting it, like, it had a strap and he's like under his leg at one point. Wasn't he doing weird things with it? I was like, is he trying to. I was thinking it was like a little kid keytar, but
I don't know what it was, but I wanted one. It looked so cool.
they have some interesting instruments. Remember, Mikey was talking about the flutophone in our interview.
flutichord.
Or the wait, is it the flutochord
No,
or
it's
the
the flutophone. I thought it was called a flutichord. But yeah,
Sounds
it's just
way
recorder.
better than a recorder.
I
though.
know. But yeah, I wanted to know what that was. So Mikey talks to Dani about his nerves, and she kind of said that she can relate because she had to overcome a lot of stuff. And it's nice to see because I feel like with everyone in the spotlight, you just think that they're so confident and that they don't have anything to get worried about or get nervous about, but they're just like us.
It's nice to see that side too because Mikey seems so confident when he talks and when he's on stage. So to know that he's nervous, it's like, oh, he's human like everyone else.
Yeah. I played a sold-out show last weekend to my couch.
Oh, really?
Couch was completely sold out. I played about
who came?
three chords on my guitar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you sing?
I got a standing ovation.
Oh my gosh.
So
I would have stood up and
I
clapped,
wasn't
too.
nervous at all though, so maybe I should quit.
Maybe you need a bigger audience.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Maybe
so,
you should come and play here, on our show.
I'm gonna pass. It was nothing special and should probably never be repeated, especially not recorded. So Joe coaches Mikey on how to lose the nerves and get the crowd going and be more memorable. And he says what he needs to do is to, during part of his set, he walks up to the crowd and not too far because then the mic you'll hear a little kickback. But I think that actually worked during the show.
I thought it was really good advice because the fans were so into him. Mm-hmm. And they said, what else did he say? To jump around and just have fun and be silly.
Around and have fun, yeah.
He was doing that, and it looked like he was having a blast.
Yeah. And I think that does make someone more memorable when they're not just standing there or sitting there and doing their thing. They're actually
it's more fun.
Getting up, interacting. Yeah. It makes it more enjoyable.
I always think the best part about seeing music live, I mean, you can hear the songs great on your iPod, but it's all about the performance for me. Like, I like to interact with them or watch some dancing or something going on.
I remember I used to go to shows every single weekend when I was in high school, and the best shows were always like the ones I remember, like Fall Out Boy or like Alistair, which you probably have never even heard of, but like all these bands, and like they would literally like hang from the ceiling at certain shows, and like they would crowd surf, and it was so much more fun than the ones where like they were just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, that's why I don't know, if I was gonna go see a show, I would probably want to see like Britney Spears or Beyonce because they always have the background dancers or something like that. But if they don't have performers, you want them to jump around and get really into it and talk to the audience. And
God,
I'm glad that they do that.
Bringing up old memories.
We need to go to more shows.
I know. I miss them. So the Jonas Brothers go on, and they are the kings of interacting with their fans. They do the show, and it goes so seamlessly. They're just like, they're pros.
I thought it was really cute how Kevin was talking about how he could make Dani he could fall in love with Dani so many times, and she's just on the side of the stage, and he wanted to play the best because she was there, and they're just so cute.
Yeah.
I like them as a couple so much.
He said, that girl will make me fall in love with her over and over again.
Yeah. Precious.
Aww. I don't even know what to say to that.
Romantics over here.
And then, of course, the producers play Wedding Bells. Just kicking it home.
So much romance.
I know. So that pretty much wraps up the episode. Next week, we don't have any news and gossip, but we'll get into predictions for next week.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ.
I never get over this music. So
Predictions.
next week on Los Jonas Hermanos Married to Jonas. I don't know. Next week on the show, Kevin and Dani, looks like they found a place.
It looks nice, too.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'm interested to see. My prediction is that the photo shoot doesn't go as smoothly as planned, because in
it
one
definitely
of the
doesn't look like
previews, it looks like some chandelier breaks, or
it definitely looks like there's some drama. We see, or we hear the sound effect of a chandelier breaking. I don't know if that actually happened. It seemed like it could have been
breaking.
In post. Something is breaking. It looks like
Shocked
there's
faces.
also a breakdown, unfortunately. And then
makes exciting TV, though.
It does make exciting TV. And then it looks like Mike is breaking the news again to his family that he's officially moving. And I can't tell. Is this the last episode?
We need to look that up. I heard that next week is the last episode, but I need to do more research because I feel like they would have said that in the preview.
Yeah. Let us know on Twitter if you guys know, or on YouTube. But until next week, Danica, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Danica Kennedy and at danicakennedy.com.
And you can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. I also have a new episode of Chatting with Cathy tomorrow with Max Schneider, and then one on Tuesday with Ryan Beatty. So make sure to tune into those. You can follow AfterBuzz on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. So thank you for everyone for tuning in and watching tonight. We will see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.